Evening. It's getting late. I've had a full-on day. Let's have a look at this thing, shall we? This is from ages ago. Oh, well, I can see a Bush logo in the background, so we're probably looking at backlights on this. This is something that I'm just using this as a guinea pig because somebody inquired about the solder paste that we were using the other day, which is this stuff, mechanic solder paste. And they were pretty impressed by it. You don't get to use it that often. You only get to use it really when you are. It's for surface mount devices. So I'm just going to try and switch this TV on again, just in case it is a bad connection issue, which sometimes happens. No, well, it could still be a bad connection issue. I can see the Bush logo coming up. So we'll. This is a TV that a customer left behind about 2 years ago. If you're in this business, you'll understand that. People just come in, say, "Can I have my TV repaired?" You give them a price, then you try and call them with the price, and there's just no answer, or they don't call back. And then all of a sudden, 2 years passes. And sometimes after 2 years, they'll turn up and say, "Oh, can I have my TV?" And the answer to that is no. Legally, we can keep them for 3 months after that. I mean, it's very rarely that I'd sell on a customer's TV, but as I try and explain to the customer when we do this, because I have had a couple of customers come up after years. I'm always around every day. I'm around when they just decide after 2 years they're passing. Oh, I'll go and grab the TV. And what we say to them is no. But we can give you a storage bill. What's the current monthly storage rate? I would say £10 a month, so after 2 years, you give me £250 for the storage, and then pay for your TV. Anyway, sorry, sounds like it is one of the. It's dark in here. It is one of the big knocks of this business. Knocks, great word, but it doesn't happen all that often. I don't think this is a 4K one. It's quite an old one. And this is probably, it's either a bad connection or it's got 1 or 2 LEDs gone. And if that's the case, we'll solder some in. The trouble is with these, the later strips, I don't know if you've noticed, the latest strips are made very cheap. Very thin metal. So once they've been glued down, getting them out is possible, but they just all get kinked and bent. And I've got a funny feeling this is going to be of that age, because it's not terribly old. When is this? This is... Haven't you got a mobile camera somewhere? What's that, 1910? Oh, it's only 2019. Okay. It's 2.5 years. I thought this was much older than that. To say I've had it, I've definitely had this. I've had this 2 years and a month. So it must have gone wrong after a few months. Oh, I'm getting vague recollections of things now. Sorry, this actually is my TV now. It did come in. It had failed after 6 months, and we did a letter for them. What we do for TVs that have failed under 2 years is we inspect it if we think it shouldn't have failed after 2 years, and the manufacturer or the shop needs to do something about it, which happens quite often. I mean, we charge for the letter, obviously, but we will send a letter. They will take it to whoever the company may be, whether it's a dealer on the high street or an online vendor. And 9 times out of 10, if not 10 times out of 10, they give them a new TV. And sometimes we act on behalf of insurance companies. And I think this one was an insurance company one, which is why we got to keep it in the end. And again, it's looking a bit barbecue over there, isn't it? But that isn't the backlight area, so that's not going to cause the backlight issue. The screen in this, sorry, I'm terrible at filming, can you see that? A VES 400 QNDS 2D N13. Does that mean anything to you? And the main board number there is 236000076 if you need to replace. Anyway, for me this was from the year where things just started to get a bit, I mean, things had always been cheap and nasty with Vestel, and you know I'm not a Vestel moaner, but before we go into it, I'm just going to wiggle these wires around a bit. Just to see if they come on. I'm not seeing anything yet. I'll tell you what I'm going to do in a second. What used to fire these up is putting the LED tester through. Especially if it was a connection problem. So backlights are not coming on, definitely. Switch the TV off. Just going to get to my backlight probes, which are here. So this is the LED tester. I had a message the other day saying, where do you get the LED testers from? You can get them from eBay, you get them from China, just type in LED tester. They're all pretty much the same these days. Right, I'm going to turn on, well, let me first of all am I getting something? I think I am. So let me switch some lights off and try that again. See if you see it light up. You possibly can? Yeah. So, some backlights are coming on. What voltage are we getting? 77 volts. Well, it is fluctuating. It's going from 76.9 to 78. That's going up and down. So that really does indicate that we do have a duff backlight. So I don't think trying to kickstart this as I am with the LED tester, which normally works if it's a faulty connection. Oh, there you go, look. So it is a faulty connection. So I'll just turn it upside down, see what condition the screen's in. There we go. The screen's fine. And as you can see, the TV's come on. So it's not going to be a Duff LED, but it's going to be a connection. So, but we'll look into it. We'll get inside just to prove the point. If you bear with me, I will start to dismantle. And we'll see what sort of LEDs this. I think this is just going to have 3 strips of 7 or something like that. Not many. One of the annoying things when you, in the dismantling stage, when you get to this stage, you think, I'm there. It's okay. Everything's going to be good. And then you suddenly realise that Vestel have put clips everywhere. Some of them probably under the power and main board. Yeah. So, but I don't have to dismantle any further at the moment, because now we've basically got it working again after jump starting it, etc. with the LED tester. There we go. I just wanted to test that all the LEDs are working, and on that camera it's looking a bit blech. So let me just swap to the other camera. Oh, well, they were working. It's gone off. Have I pulled the mains plug off? Maybe that's this connection issue again. Right. So they are all working. The issue is, you can see now they've gone full brightness further down here. So I don't have to take all of those clips out anyway, but I do have to take the 2 right hand side ones, and so that's what I'll do. Please just hang on in there. When I say the 2 right hand side ones, I mean there's 2 clips just here, and again I can swap cameras now and show you. You can see them, one there and one there, because all I'm going to do is fold this back a bit. It'll make a crease. I'm going to remove the little circuit board there where the LEDs are plugged into. I'm going to unplug all of the LEDs, and we're just going to tin the ends, and that's it. I'm sure we've done videos on this before. I'm absolutely positive we have. I was expecting this to be an LED failure, and I was going to use the solder paste, but hey ho, that'll be for another exciting video. Let's just get a pair of pincers out somewhere. My little pair have broken. I will have to use these. Now you may notice I'm bridging over the power board, because there still will be a good 250 to 400 volts in the main filter cap. Do bear that in mind at all times, please. Even with the TV off, the main filter caps, they are buckets, and they hold the voltage for some time. Right, let's go back a bit. If I put a remote control there, that should be fine. Now this is what I was talking about when I mentioned it's a bit hard to see, but these are basically just sheets of aluminium. They're just so thin, and they're not glued down either, which is good for me. It's good for what I want to do, because I just want to pinch them off. No, I'm not going to cheat. Come on, take the screws out, do it properly. So screws coming out. Then we can unplug one by one. There, that wasn't hard, was it? Because it's these that we're going to look at, and my goodness, yes, they do look dirty. The bottom set looks incredibly dirty. Hopefully you'll get a chance to see how tarnished they are. Can you see how tarnished that one is? I'll go up to the next one. Still tarnished. Not as bad, but it is tarnished. And look at the top one. And usually it's the top one that is the problem. Wow. I'm not going to use a solder paste for this. This is running out of solder. Look, somebody buy me some solder. I keep forgetting to order some. Anyway, let's switch off the LED tester, switch off the soldering iron. I'll set the camera up so you get a better view, if you need a better view. Thought I'd forgotten to press the record button, huh? There we go. Nice clean solder. Can you see how that is shining now? Much better. We'll move up to the next one. This one isn't as bad as the rest. It's bad, but it's not as bad as the rest. And I have to say, so far, if the customer was bringing me this TV in for repair and all I was doing is look how dirty that one is. Dirty. And I've had 100% success rate just by doing this. Just by doing this. No parts needed. Try not to bridge it. Whoever she is. Okay. If you want to go and make a mess of it, that's completely up to you. I'm a professional, I wouldn't do anything like that. There we go. Oompa. Beautiful. Switch the soldering iron off. Then it's a case of reassembling. Oh, it's a bit of a tighter fit now, obviously, because it's had a good dollop of soldering, but that's fine. Let's put these screws back in. So a bit of a boring video again, really, sorry. But this TV has been in the way for ages. Let's just switch on and make sure all backlights come back up again. Should come up for a second with the Bush logo. There we are. And then they should go off when the Bush logo goes off, which is about now. Maybe now. And if you want them to stay on, which I will do for a minute just to test, so there could be some wiggly lines on the picture until they go full brightness. There we go. All looking good as far as LTV can do.
Oh, poop.
Ah, yes, poop time again. Sorry, battery's running low in the microphone. I do discover that in just a second, so we will reassemble the TV with some music, and then hopefully normal service may be resumed. I've just noticed, by the way, that the batteries went dead in the microphone. So somewhere during the course of this video, I would have gone and I would have done a voiceover, I gather. I won't know until I go into the edit. Maybe I caught it in time, but I'm not too sure. Anyway, right. All screws are in, everything present and correct. I've plugged in a Ethernet cable in the back. That's what I meant to say. Big thank you. We'll put his name up to Brian James. Brian, thank you very much. Your parcel, your little package arrived today. Brian's been part of the TV repair community for quite some time now. And I think he just does it for a hobby, to help friends out, maybe make a bit of beer money on the side, of course. But he's got a comprehensive list of parts, spare boards and stuff that he sent me, and there was one that I was after. It was a Vestel board as well, which is not going in a specific TV, but it's one that I always know that I need. So Brian, and I bet you I'll need it in the next month, so it will get used. Thank you very much. That arrived today. And a big round of applause, and I thank you so much for doing that. And while I'm on the scrounge, I'm just gonna, leading in nicely, okay. We did have a look at the label earlier, but I'm just going to show you the model number, which is there. D-LED 40 UND. Oh, it is an ultra HD set. Anyway, I'm putting that there because I don't have the legs for this. You know the feet that go either side? There's one there, and one there. And so if anybody in their stash of spares, I mean, it's for a 14-inch Vestel, so it may fit others, but if anybody has got them, do let me know, because I don't want you to throw them away. I can stick them on this. Right, I'm going to just dim the lights a bit. I can smell something burning, but I think it's the soldering iron. Is the soldering iron still on? No. Oh, don't tell me it hasn't got... That's... Sorry, I've just found a remote control, but it's got no batteries in, which, you know, is usually the case, isn't it? I've got another Vestel remote control here, which I think will operate this, and it does. So, haha, Bush, don't need you. Hangs on to that Bush logo for some time, doesn't it? Blimey. Thank you. Right, just going to go down to settings, which is there. Network. I don't want to scan wireless networks. Network type, wireless. No, I don't want. Can I change that to wired, please? Wired, yes. Says we are connected. Let's have a look what apps it's got, shall we then? Now we're connected. Oh, don't tell me this hasn't got... Yes, this has got... Okay, well I'm pressing what I thought was the internet button, but it's not really doing it on this. Anything else going to do it? No, so I am going to have to swap buttons over and put it in this Bush remote. I'm not too sure if this Bush remote is the original one that it came with. I'm being stingy with batteries quite simply because I end up putting batteries in everything and then never using them, and of course then the batteries just go rotten. So I'm trying just to have one set of batteries. One set of batteries fits all, as they say. Right, what I wanted to do is press that. Oh. Is this one of those sets that makes you have to have an aerial connection before you can get the smart stuff? No, I've got some bits here. It seems to have most of the smart stuff, I suppose. Freeview Play will not include YouTube, does it? Just includes... No. So I want to get YouTube, so I'm going to switch it on and off again, and then the YouTube thing should come up at the bottom, I hope. Blimey hell, it did for a second. Now it's gone to standby. YouTube, I can see you on the bottom. Oh, this has got BritBox on it. Don't know why I'm getting excited. I won't be watching the BritBox, but it's got the app. Right, well I've pressed the YouTube thing. Okay. Let's just search for 4K video and see what the picture's like. Didn't think this was a 4K TV. It's not something I'm going to sell because 4K video, that'll do. I've got to double check that this TV is mine to sell, if that makes sense. I'm sure it is the one that I was thinking about earlier from an insurance job. Right. We do have volume, not that I want it. Press skip, and hopefully we'll get some kind of 4K picture. Oh my goodness, that's really good. But I have mentioned before that as much as Vestel can be a bit clunky and iffy sometimes with things, that is a really good... It feels like 3D. It feels like I could grab that mountain, which feels... Obviously you can't see how good it is. That is amazing. Oh, I wish Mike was here to see this, because sometimes we marvel at some of the 4K picture quality and how 3D it looks, especially on some LG sets. But we do also with Vestel. This is a really good... it's pointless. I was going to turn the TV round for you to see it, but you know, you can't. But I'm promising you that that is... It's... The way that overlays that and makes it look 3D. It's not 3D. God, they haven't made a 3D set for ages. But that really does look good. Oh, wow. Okay. Quite impressive. So, sorry, this has been a long video about nothing. Because I'm sure I've done videos on this in the past. But I had to get this done because it was here in the way, and I've kicked it 3 or 4 times this week. I just wanted to get it done. So thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.